It's all on Frozen. Woxic is being passive so he can save the ult if need be. That's a perfect flashbang. Good find, but not the kill. What a huge hold from Snappy. And I don't know if Woxic wants to go for this. He's got no HP. The AWP is going to be valuable. We saw the pick it provided, even in a losing effort. He can drop a weapon over as well, but he's going to stick around for far too long. First round on the board for Astralis, and what a recovery.
Yeah, I mean, definitely recovery, and definitely, I don't know about Mousesports. They weren't even under that much pressure. Look at this, when they're fighting here, there's still 40 seconds left, and they're sort of acting like there's only 10 seconds. They're really, I think, maybe putting themselves under a little bit more pressure than they needed to there. So, I mean, good job on Astralis, but that was also slightly helped by Mousesport, I think, losing track of the round there.
And look at the other bad side of Woxic sticking around. It's a free AWP over to Device. He gets to have that weapon without reinvesting. All of Mousesport's heading over towards him as well. Good opening kill from Woxic, this time with the AK-47. Now pushing in. There is still that ult, but he's got to be mindful of short sewers. Turn to the corner. Another big kill, and another big miss from Device.
Oh, Kerrigan and Frozen will just follow it up, and I mean, that was just the cleanup part. They pretty much had the bomb site already, and that is a very rough start now for Astralis, because just winning that one round with 2 people alive, going into maybe at best saving an M4 in this round, that's going to put a tremendous amount of pressure on them all of a sudden, especially given the round loss bonus. That's, you know, not even anywhere near what they would what they'd like here. So yeah, Mousesport's getting some sweet revenge early on.
I'm way more worried about the individual level that we've seen Astralis start this game with. Obviously, Megas has been okay, but Device missing 2 shots early on with the AWP that you'd imagine he'd normally hit. Woxic has been able to find the opening pick in straight duels against him twice now. It's a missed shot over towards Sandbags, and Woxic was able to pick him off in the 4th round with the AWP as well. And Device's AWP was a huge point of power for Astralis on this map specifically. So if he's not going to be there, if he's not going to be delivering, that's a worrying sign.
Well, especially because, you know, the analysts were sort of painting this picture, which, again, I agreed with. You know, it's like the system is gone for Astralis, and again, that's completely to be expected. But then you'd have to say, well, at least we still individually could do it. But if we're seeing early on in this game that, well, individually there's some struggles too, that's when it gets really tricky. Kerrigan, take it away with the Galil, which is somehow still
for a couple lead. It's
crazy prediction. Crazy, whereas Samlo intermittently crazy. We all like consistency, don't we? Especially if we could get it out of Astralis here. That would really turn things around. Device over
early damage for Astralis on the Mousesports.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I mean that's not always helped them, has it? Like they've still lost rounds even if they've managed to do this. They have very limited grenades on the CT side, and that setup over at long is going to be quite far away.
I wonder if they saw that little boost that came in. Rops, you saw a helmet just walk underneath that wooden plank. Rops is going to challenge. I think that's a team flash. That's very awkward for Rops. Snappy not taking a wide angle, though. Big kill for Megas, and Rops didn't commit with it. I don't know if this was supposed to be a fake or some kind of aggression, but one-on-one fights across the map for Mousesport. I mean, no trades, and Astralis is looking good.
The bomb is all the way back in T-spawn, so you almost have to assume that they were just looking for an entry. Maybe there's some play that Mousesport wanted to do that would give them some information about what the setup was for Astralis. Like maybe they've been watching demos or something, but it just seems so aggressive. Now they're just going to be saving out where the techno party is.
Yeah, I guess I could only imagine that they wanted to take a fight, have Kerrigan maybe challenge in Monster, and maybe force someone back into the crosshair of Rops, who is maybe swinging to take a fight at Ramp, and just see if you can find, you know, some individual headshot angles for Rops, or flush someone into his crosshair for an easy kill. Obviously, none of that works out well at all. It's a 3-round lead for Mousesport, 5-2 as that round just fades away. And Frozen and Kerrigan have plenty of money to rebuy. So for Astralis, with that many players, with all of their players surviving and around timeout, they get to actually build some money, which is a great benefit for them. So Mousesport's giving away part of their economic advantages, but we'll see if they can return the favor here.
Yeah, interesting turn of events. Especially if they can pick up this next one. I think we haven't really seen Astralis, you know, with sort of continued success. Ooh, big risk from both players there. Device probably the one to have the bigger chance of actually getting a kill, but also risky, I would say, from Woxic just making that run. Again, they've taken a lot of damage early on from grenades, which is, you know, used to be a classic type experience you'd have playing against Astralis.
It's good to see that still around. Surely not all of their gameplay was going to drift away. So it's nice that the nades are still working. Kerrigan and Woxic clearing out the bathrooms. Out towards long. Dupree tucked into the corner. Device is back into the site at the default plant boxes, and Snappy's going to be here to support out towards long, but it's an AWP, and Snappy's in no man's land. He's in some trouble, but I don't know if Woxic saw it.
Oh, I don't think he does. Right under the flower bed. There's the flashbang in. What a great return from Woxic. He could have just as well gone down. I mean, even if he just misses the shot, but he's not ready for a second, and I don't know why he would be. I'm mad on behalf of Woxic.
I was going to say, that is a very cool setup for Astralis, getting Snappy in that position to just take it up. That is some very cool improvisation as the round goes on. Beautiful pop flash from Device as well, and the one-for-one trade was perfect to set up the bait. Now it's all on Magus, and it's all on Yugi.
Magus got the perfect protection to get a kill here. Oh no, Robs! Able to land a headshot. That's absurd. Good return from Yugi, and that may stabilize things a little bit. It was about to get out of control. Yugi dropping a bit low, 9 seconds, and the bomb is going to be planted here. Running in close, and one at a time. That's not quite what you want. Snappy will take down Frozen, and Rob's low on health, and a grenade will take care of him. Great job from Snappy. 3 kills on him. You said that was a beautiful play from Astralis, but I'm going to call that a rat play. Who does that? Who flashes someone in at the corner and has another guy hiding behind? Like, what kind of play is that? It worked. But rat plays often do.
Yeah.
Bomb has been defused.
It did work. They had to have had the information. You don't commit that much manpower to that play if you don't know they're kind of creeping up towards long. So I really like that, because you're exactly right. You're never going to expect a second player in that corner. The player who pushes and peeks with that flashbang is usually that guy. This is the confusing one. Rob's able to win that battle against Magus, who is usually rock solid in that. And a deep nade that actually wasn't even really on point. Actually, kind of had the wrong location for that nade, but it still pans out.
Yeah, he was
5 to 3.
He was solo on health, wasn't he? The shrapnel did it. Did they upgrade some of the stair grenade problems that we used to have? I haven't seen any of those.
They did
bugs lately.
They did change it. Yeah, it's not as harsh as it used to be. There's not like one water bucket that's gonna take all the damage away.
Yeah, well, that's good news. I've noticed it less, but I don't know if it's actually happening less. Guess we'll have to pay attention even more. Device getting flashed and running back. They're coming for him. Almost catching him now. There's the headshot. Back of the head. And Snappy now wants to follow it up. The Molotov behind him. There's going to be a guy waiting there. That is so smart from Woxic. Now he will get returned the bomb, but the bomb site. No, the bomb is back there. Oh god, this round is just spun into complete chaos here.
It's all good. The timing is so messed up, and Rops is just surprising Dupree from behind, and it's all quickly down to Yugi. What a change of pace from Mousesport. You have to love that, but again, it's kind of sadly funny, as Woxic being the one guarding the flank, but again, he's caught off guard by a third player in that location, and he's just got to be like, what is happening?
Yeah, every time he's counting in his head, like, how many people should realistically be here? It's like, just add one more Woxic at this point. They're obviously crazy.
I will say that entrance kill that Frozen gets on Device is so important that he does that before Device gets comfortable, because if Device is able to have maybe another second to really set his feet and get comfy after the retreat and after the flashbang, that op in that position on the staircase could have just shut all of that down, especially in Device's hands. So an all-important headshot right off the bat. Yugi's going to save his AWP, and the money is not looking good for Astralis either. So Mousesport's going to extend this lead. 4 players survive with them as well, so they're still flush with cash. And it just keeps getting more and more difficult for Astralis to hang on.
And that's an important frag from Frozen there. Yeah. This is, again, we've seen some stuff out of Astralis, but it's really, it's really stop and go, isn't it? Like they're never actually getting to sort of sprint anywhere. It's just all a little bit uphill at the moment. 10th round about to roll in. Mousesport with the money to buy, obviously winning the round. Double up on Astralis. So again, that's sort of the benefit of them winning one of the previous rounds with no one going down where Mousesport was saving. So we'll see. Snappy currently top of the board for Astralis with 8 kills. And Rob's on the other side.
Yeah, well, it's Rob's on the other side for Mousesports.
Wow.
Yeah, 12-2 for him. He's having a fantastic game, which is good to see. We've talked a lot about how this team seemingly changes, the dynamic changes, the power of them changes when Woxic is playing well. Rops is another one of those players, obviously, who just can hold on and carry a team through stretches all by himself. So yeah, double up setup, and you can see Astralis. No reason not to buy around these two AWPs. They need to get back in this game. This might be their last chance to hold on to some presence in the first half. Mousesports is going to have a real opportunity to just wipe them off the map if they can win this.
Yugi falling back around the corner. He could have got caught. Well, scratch it. He got caught. Just from Kerrigan coming up the stairs.
That's an internal clock missing for Yugi. He was obviously put under so much pressure. He was falling away from Frozen. Kerrigan have a different angle. That's awkward for Kerrigan. And the bomb is dropped way far back. So this aggression, all it's really doing at the moment, which is useful, is taking Molotovs away from the defense. What a great kill for Kerrigan.
Yeah, and Snappy had the MP9, so that was going to be a really bad fight for Snappy no matter what. Device out on long, going to get 1 kill. Deep grenade goes in, but just to try and set up a little bit. Dupree forced into the fight, and the flames will catch him at the end, even if he got that kill. Magus is well aware that someone could be down here, and Robs is going to be careful. If he runs too much here, Magus heard that. He's going to turn around and be ready for the fight. So a 2-on-2, and the bomb is not planted yet, just now getting into position. Device sneaking around, and yeah, they're going for a smart bomb plant position here, not exposed to Device. But can they get out from this bomb site? Are they going to be stuck on it? Frozen and Woxic, if they can win this round, all of the money gone for Astralis, and a big chance all of a sudden for Mousesports to really cement this first half. Though, peeking right in, I think he wanted to shoulder peek that, but Device, rock steady, not showing himself and not firing that gun too early. And now Woxic, in a 1 versus 2, can he do this? No kills in the round yet, he's going to miss a shot there, and actually bounces into the bank, and that's a bit awkward. 3 seconds on the defuse, and a nice shot. 1 second, oh! What a play coming out! That is magnificent.
After all the shots he missed, for him to get those 2 right at the end, that is phenomenal work from Woxic. I cannot believe it. Everything going wrong for Astralis. That retake looked rock solid. Mousesports almost gave up a round where they had such a massive advantage. This is a beautiful 2 versus 2 from Magus and Device, but a better 1 versus 2 from Woxic. And that had to have been right at the last moment.
Oh, I'm not laughing at Sonic, but some of the reactions are great. Oh, we got Mousesport's phase cams.
Man, he deserves,
Wow,
like,
Chris J for president. That would be
having a hookah.
Yeah. He's ready. He's perfected his life. What a great time.
That was the best fan cam I've seen this entire week.
He's like, how do I set this up? If I can just get maybe some chicken nuggets, a hookah, and watch some Counter-Strike. Fair play.
I know. He's winning the game. It's beautiful. Here we go. Kerrigan gonna lead the way, and Monster, there's nobody at this B bomb site. Can we just get a picture-in-picture of that kid?
Yeah, let's get him full time. Now, here's another thing, though. I wonder what would happen if Chris J did run for president of Netherlands, I guess, Holland, whatever you prefer. Probably gonna upset a lot of people.
I haven't spent much time. I haven't spent much time in the Netherlands, but I have to imagine someone who's known for starting his career by wearing pajama pants onto the big stages would be a perfect president for that part of the world.
Yeah, I mean, the Dutch are a bit crazy. I can see that working out.
I think Chris J has missed a real big branding opportunity with like his own line of pajama pants that we've just missed out on. And part of it's probably, the increase of professionalism in professional Counter-Strike. But man, I feel like you could have had a very successful line of PJs.
Yeah, well, I mean, we say this a lot, right? But players do need more, personal branding opportunities. There's stuff out there. I mean, JDM could have had like a whole line of mattresses, maybe just lying down on a mattress playing Counter Strike, not even leaning anymore, just all the way back. Maybe I do wonder what would happen to the Counter Strike space once someone makes the switch from professional player into politics. That's certainly going to be exciting. 12th round is coming up though, and it's 8-3 in favor of Mousesport, with Astralis, I mean, only really building a tiny bit of economy throughout this game and just continuously struggling. And those are some of the reasons why, and they might go for it. They've got two inside of the monster tunnel. Yugi gonna go and fight, but he goes down. That's probably the round done unless they can catch Frozen with the bomb, but wow. That's an easy round to win. 2 kills separately, no real response.
We've been seeing this whole half as well. Astralis, there are just some like gunfights that we normally would see them win, that they're just not winning it. It's not just the players, you know, Snappy and Yugi that haven't been part of the team. We've seen Device miss some op shots. We've seen Dupree miss some you know, fights where he's holding the angle. Obviously Megas has had a pretty tough time. So the entrances for Mousesports have just been very powerful throughout this half. And this is slipping far and away from Astralis.
You know, there was a very cool game that Astralis, with the sort of let's say the original core, played against Fnatic during the Road to Rio, and they played they played 3 of them, but one of them was on Overpass, and I've rewatched that game maybe 20 times because I was trying to do some content around it, and so I sort of familiarized myself a lot with both those teams, and even though this is not the same Astralis, just to say, one of the key takeaway and highlights from watching that game was, I think in that game, Astralis win like 3 or 4 rounds in the first half when they were on their CT side. Their T side was amazing against Fnatic, but their CT side was dreadful. And one of the problems that just kept recurring is, one, they kept getting picked apart one at a time when there could be no return. Like, there's no one nearby that could refrag anything. The other thing is, some of the successful rounds were the ones where they actually went aggressive, when they had like setups where they said, okay, we're going to flash our way into a fight, we're going to go and do something cool like that. See if they actually try and do it here. No, not quite. But anyway, those are some of the rounds that I really liked out of them versus Fnatic, so I'd love to see some more of that out of Astralis. This is a good start, though. The same kind of fight for Kerrigan there, but this time Megas comes out on top.
Well, it started that as well, turning that corner into short sewer, and he got dinked by the spam from Snappy right through the wall. So he was already having a bad time before Megas puts him down. Still, it feels like they're lined up to really stick around this B bomb site, because there's only one player over towards Party. Everyone else is lined up here, and the odds have just gotten worse for Astralis, and it makes sense. They're getting absolutely beaten up and bruised on this map. Molotov out. Megas is going to transfer over.
I actually thought the odds would be much worse than that. I was expecting even more of a drop in the stock.
Some residual faith in Astralis. Oh, that's a huge kill from Frozen. Dupree, the timing not with him. He was just peeking into bathrooms to have some information. This is going to pull one defender away from the B bomb site, so Mousesports actually have an advantage no matter which side of the map they go to. It's just going to be Device here, eating a nade for his trouble. And he's the only one defending at the moment. There's still 2 players that are being cautious over at the B bomb site. Device at some point is going to have to take a risk.
They have 2 more smokes and a Molotov, so they can just keep smoking that all day. I don't even think they care. They're going to walk away. They've just realized that we just can't get through here.
Yeah, but I feel like, and again, with the scoreline, this is a very small criticism in a way, but this is Astralis being too much of Astralis. At some point, you are down 3-9, you are going to give this up and be down 3-10, and it feels like you have to take the risk to actually go for it. Like, Device star player, for a long time, he had a one-on-one at that A bomb site. He could have moved in. Dupree hadn't seen anyone else other than Frozen. Go challenge that. Go see if you can keep your team in this round. You don't have the op. You don't have to worry about saving that powerful weapon.
I mean, I don't disagree at all, but you have to imagine that first they're going to have to build the sort of the core confidence in this team and some of the fundamentals, and then they'll start to get back into that level where they feel like that's going to be happening a bit more. So yeah, again, like, I mean, I kind of agree with.
It's just
go on.
Yeah. I just think at this stage, you're looking, when you're getting this beaten up, this destroyed, I know you're kind of in a team that's a bit discombobulated and disorganized, but you're also looking at, this is where your star players are supposed to be able to carry you through stretches of this turmoil. You're supposed to have, as the desk outlined as well, the system is gone, but you have guys like Magus and Device who are incredible individual talents. You have Dupree who's been able to deliver on the big stages. Your stars at some point are going to have to carry you through a half here and there as things are figured out.
Yeah, I mean, that would be, I think, a wonderful bonus. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I would focus on if I was Astralis right now. If I would try and say, guys, you know, we're going to build the fundamentals in between tournaments and in practice and all the rest of it, so don't worry about it so much now. Just try and have a good time. Try and make sure that this actually feels like a team and a unit more than anything else. But yeah, it's rough to do that in just a couple of days, I guess. We're certainly not seeing it just yet. 10-3 as Mousesport try and go for the B-bomb side, all of them coming through the monster tunnel. Frozen lurking on the other side, Rob's going down. The heavy hitter for Mousesport here, taken out of the fight early on. So that's an important kill from Yugi, and now surely calling in a little bit of teamwork, or a little bit of backup here. Magus is holding the sewer tunnel, so he knows no one is coming through there. And that kind of all falls apart for Mousesport. They don't actually get anywhere.
Yeah, and Device saw Frozen get along that wall, so an easy pick for him. Astralis is going to get to a fourth, surely. It's a 2 versus 5. I really like the play Kerrigan was trying to make, jumping over the toxic barrels with the smoke there, but a tick of the Molotov gave the sound cue away, and Magus going to only get to 1. Bit of a scrappy fight. Chris J dropped by Dupree, trying to turn the angle. So Astralis returned the favor. 4 players survived. They'll have a full buy for the last and the final round of the half.
1 kill for Yugi, and then I think the fact that the smoke is up on that side and Snappy's in that position, I mean, there's not that many factors combining for a win, but it was just enough. Slight head tilt from Kerrigan, nothing extraordinary. Just a little bit of frustration, but 15th round is coming up. Let's see, again, I just want to point this out. When they were playing Fnatic, and I know it's not the same team, they had something similar. They certainly didn't have more than 4 rounds. I think it was maybe even 3, and they almost made a comeback. They almost ended up, you know, running it back on the T side. So I wouldn't underestimate Astralis, even though, again, could be worse this time, but definitely their CT sides on the overpass have been tested before. A little bit of a swing for Kerrigan, and again, a good opening. Magus burning, and he has to reveal his position over on that side, and Frozen will just be able to pick that kill up. Now it's a 2-on-2, good swing, and Dupree nearly getting a double kill. Device on the other side, he has an HE, that would do it. I'm not sure if he's got the confidence to try and throw it. A little bit too far away there, and if he knows how low Frozen is, pistol is going to be better than the AWP in this one.
Where's the Molotov going to go for Frozen? When does he deploy that? Device does have a smoke to put it out if it's on top of the bomb, but might not be time for this. I think Device at this point just has to smoke off the bomb and go for Frozen. Wheels it perfectly. Instant headshot onto Device. The sound cues the whole way. That's something special. 13 kills for Rops, 11 rounds for Mousesports. They've got a massive lead going into the second half. We'll see if Astralis can come back right after the break. Stay tuned.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second week here. We've got the best teams in the world and complexity.
Flamey is his kryptonite again! This is it. It's a bulldozer.
We have form, we're going to play good. We may lose some shit rounds, but you just brush it off, and if we win some good rounds, we cheer. That's all it is.
The best team in the world going up against a team who, hasn't even been able to qualify for the major yet. Sip just trying to buy time, flanking around, hunting him down, and he tries to immediate defuse. He's right there with the kid. Oh my god, I can't believe it. 16 and 12.
I've seen every big CSGO match ever. I can tell you that would already be like a top 5 upset of all time.
Sybil could catch. Oh! The shutdown! The Astralis that I know. Really trying to get in the pit. Can he stand tall one last time? He lies from. Oh no! A beautiful spray! Election save! 16-14! Now he's doing it! It was ready for vitality versus complexity! I introduce you to North America's newest juggernaut. 16-6 as they take down vitality.
Complexity have one last beast to challenge.
They wanted to build Juggernaut, but we want to destroy the Juggernaut.
Of course.
16 rounds to Navi's favor. Victories on Train and Mirage.
The Navi storm has come and conquered today.
It's an exciting, couple of days that we've had here, and it doesn't feel like we've had any losers other than maybe Astralis.
Wow, no losers but Astralis. That's some timely video being played right there, Jason. There's the whole thing about history repeating itself and all that. Doesn't feel like it's too far away.
Are we allowed to call January history at this point? Like, I know technically that's true, but
Jason, this has been a long year. Like, just a long... Yes, we are allowed. January is ancient history at this point in time.
alright, fair play. Well, all 5 members of Astralis on the T side grouped up together on this T Pisteron, much like the CT Pisteron. They're going to head out towards Long, and if you're doing this, I guess you're just hoping that you won't be spotted for some time, like maybe no one from Mousesport is watching this for a moment. And this is a nice way to get close without any information just yet, and it's finally spotted. Chris J, I think, sees it there. Now it's a little bit late. He's blind. He's falling back. This is high octane from Astralis.
Woxic, there's Chris with a headshot, and Woxic will continue. Oh
my
Taking
dear
out
God.
3 players, all of them single taps. That was a truly spectacular round from Woxic so far. And Snappy, they're even giving him a little bit of a, gentleman's treatment. They're fighting him one at a time. They should do that. They should say, you know what, just one at a time, go fight him. Give him a shot here. It's been a rough game for Astralis.
This was a rough pistol round for Astralis. They didn't even really get any clean fights on their own execute. There was, I think, a counter flash, I'm assuming, from Mousesport that blinded everyone. Snappy gets double peaked. 12-4 for Mousesports. Both pistol rounds won by Mousesports. And that feels like all she wrote for Astralis. I don't know how they're going to get back into this game, especially with Woxic hitting shots like this. What a nice triple kill.
Yeah, it's doubtful, isn't it? I actually think with that kind of a play where they're running out long, what they'd probably love more than anything is to catch, let's say, someone playing close restrooms on the... We have got 5 smokes and armor and deagles here for Astralis. Maybe it's not that unusual, but it's a little bit...
It stinks. Vegas wants that challenge. That's a clean fight for him. Good return onto Kerrigan. So we have the equalizer. Still 4 smokes and 4 deagles on the board for Astralis.
They just hit everywhere. It's almost impossible. Certainly doing a lot of work, and it helps that they can put the bomb down behind that. Sniper spot has been smoked off as well. Now they've taken a FAMAS and an MP9, and I don't know, good shot on the device at least. But still, this is going to be a very rough retake. They have a kit at least, but no grenades. And we'll see. Moving their way in pretty quickly here. Half health on Woxic. So for the Deagles, he's not going to be much of a challenge. And, well, neither will Chris. Well done.
What a shot from Megas. That was filthy. He's going to get Woxic at the end as well. A quad kill for Megask in the round. That pop flash defense towards Monster, we see it happen so frequently. The flashbang comes in so late. The coordination, even when he jumps over and spots one player deep in Monster, it takes another like 3 seconds for them to organize the pop flash from there, and at that point they're already turning the corner and they're past his crosshair. So bit of a miscue for the Mousesport's defense to beat bomb site. Obviously still such a massive lead that they can recover, but even with a diminished Astralis, there's just no reason to give him a chance to get back into this game.
No, I agree. I mean, just, I expect that T-side will be better, all things considered, even if there will have been a lot of changes. So, yeah, I would say, I mean, still a comfortable lead, but don't give them the opportunity. A single flashbang on Kerrigan and a lot of Deagles. Man, I hope they go fight at a birthday party and just, you know, try and lure Astralis into that open ground around the fountain. And then just pop it in. We'll see.
Okay, well, you might get your wish. You're getting 2 players pushing up along highway, 2 players pushing up long.
Where is he going to flash from? He's way on the other side, Kerrigan. Can he throw it over the wall from down there? Surely not. Robs will get a kill regardless.
Oh, yeah, Device gets lured into that, but Robs is in some trouble from behind, and I don't think Megask saw any of the long aggression either. There's a trap being set up right now that could be very effective for Mousesports. Any peek out towards long, Megask is all on his own.
And if he gets the kill on Chris, is he going to expect Woxic to swing from behind that rock as well? Who knows? They're coming in for a little bit more, so now it's, you know, slightly favoring Astralis, I would say. There's the first challenge, the Deagle on the other side. Good shot from Woxic, but Yugi not even a little bit pressured there. Good handling with the AK-47, and now it's a 2-on-3. Bomb fought back, Snappy is about to go and check out B and find it empty, but oh! That's a nice pick-off from Kerrigan. He just had the perfect timing. I think the pre was just checking it, and now he can actually catch the bomb. This just got real awkward. Yugi, yeah, it's time to stop walking. Kerrigan is right there with the Deagle, and it's not going to make that one work. So now it's not frozen.
Yeah, but he's got an AK-47. He's got armor and a Molotov as well. If he can hustle into here and get an early one-on-one battle, he's just got to do it quietly is the problem. No sound made on the drop. Bomb planted. He has at least the idea of Yugi as the first player. Oh, and he spots him out, but Yugi gets behind cover just at the perfect moment. The Molotov. Frozen doesn't know where to deploy it. Yugi could have moved far back, and if he throws it behind the pillar, it just won't be effective, and I think that's the clutch. Frozen's just going to back away with the AK-47. He gave it the old college try, and now he gets to just save a rifle for the next round.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's still a pretty good round out of Mousesport, and I think, you know, just in terms of their own confidence, not getting wiped, you know, completely in the beginning of this half, even if they've, you know, lost a couple of rounds here, still managing to put up a bit of a fight. Good round from Yugi. He's really, I mean, I want to see them find some confidence within the team. Like, the team as a whole has to find whatever the new level is, but I also want to know, like, how are they going to be feeling, right? Because I've seen some of the games where they are sort of some of the ones that are at the bottom of the scoreboard. Not that that's the only indication of what's going on, but it's just, I think it would feel good for them to have a couple of good games.
Ooh, deep nades. Woxic gonna challenge. Shoot, that one shot. Device is close up. He's gonna go down. Not even a chance for a follow-up shot. That's pretty desperate to begin with. Where's that AK-47 on Frozen? It's at this B bomb site. It's getting aggressive in short waters as well, looking for a door open. It's Yugi on the other side, and Frozen can't win it. He's done decent damage, but just off the mark.
It's a good idea, even if it doesn't really work out.
They should just throw that AK. They should throw that AK over the walls. You're not going to save it for the next round. Astralis is going to go for the hunt.
With 3 people alive, Robs has got a suit. He's ready to tase someone, but he's got caught already. Dupree ruining all of our fun. I think you saw him out of the truck. And you may have been right, Jason, but I mean, I still think that's early to capitulate.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Would you have thrown it
free
over?
AK pass back over to Astralis.
If someone told
Probably
you,
not. But
no, you would have said, I'm going to do this.
It's a whole... Yeah, it's a whole do as I say, not as I do thing. So, here we are. 12-7, Anders. Are you feeling the comeback? Does it feel positive for you yet, or are you still going to wait to pass judgment?
No, but I think it's going to be closer than maybe people were expecting. I don't actually think Astralis will make the full comeback here, but I think it's going to be, you know, at least double digits for them. Like a 16-12 type affair, I can see. Kerrigan with a little bit of an attempted spray. Good follow-up from Frozen. Dangerous if they would have got the kill on him too. Now the bomb is on the wrong side of the monster tunnel for Astralis to try and really fall back. Maybe they could pick it up, but it's cost them a lot already. Good return. Oh, Magus, that's a nice double headshot. And that will clear the whole way through. Chris J and Woxic fighting to stay alive in the round, but that was the last chance they had right then and there. What a ridiculous comeback for a Magisk.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty standard fight setup. You could see, I believe Frozen was probably calling for a flashbang like we saw them mistime previously in the second round. I think he was calling for that same flash, but Rops just didn't have any. Frozen actually had the only flashbang, and from there, that's a pretty weak setup, I think, if you don't have utility. Once Kerrigan went down and that Frozen bait occurred, it almost feels like they need to find a way to get passive. Not an easy call with sandbags being exposed. But still, without the utility, I mean, obviously Magus knew exactly what the follow-up peak was going to be. 12-8.
12-8. Not that much of a gap now, and Mousesport are running into the same kind of issue that Astralis were at the beginning of their CT side, which is, you know, the economy going down, not really being allowed to start off in any kind of a decent way. Do you see a double up future in the cards here for Mousesport?
It wouldn't surprise me too much. Chris J is doing this weird thing lately. I know some of the boys mentioned it to me from when it happened at EPL, and we saw it in one of the Mousesport matches in the group stage as well, and we just saw it in the previous round where Chris actually just goes down to it, just buys the Deagle with armor, even though he had 2,200 after his buy, right? So he could have gotten a FAMAS, could have gotten an SMG, maybe could have even gotten an M4 with some light armor, but he's choosing to drop down to the Deagle, so that's put him at a ton of cash for the moment. So if he wants to buy a second op, it's going to be possible for him to do it in the next round.
Well, we'll see. Ooh, I don't know how he can keep being accurate when he's spamming it that quickly, but he did. Frozen is in the sight with a 5-7. Chris showing back up again. Kerrigan will go down, but he was low on health already. And that they needed Frozen to stay alive there. Chris trying his best, but he's about to be out of bullets. So, a 9th round for Astralis. I like the fact, well, first of all, I like the fact that Robs actually tried to go aggressive with the AK to hunt them down, but I also love the fact that Astralis were aware of it and turned around, so that was just, you know, good play on either side, I think, for Robs to try and be playmaking, but also for Astralis to have a little bit of game awareness there. There's the double up.
Yeah, I mean, and well, listen, Mousesport, this needs to work. This needs to work immediately. Astralis is starting to gain, you know, that scary amount of money where you're going to have to win 3 in a row to break the economy of the T side, especially if they continually getting plants. They might not have to save if they have success getting into bomb sites. So Mousesports need a couple really comprehensive victories to start feeling more comfortable on this. That's a good start. Chris J with the opening pick. Double op setup already coming into play. Woxic has the other one, so both of them are at the A bomb site. And here's the attack. Dupree's leading the way. No one was watching sandbags. Kerrigan's gonna go down. So is Rops. Dupree has finally showed up on this map, and he's gonna get Astralis up to 10 because this cannot be a retake. These ops cannot be risked.
That was plainly absurd. He just swung all across the bomb site. He just hit nothing but headshots. Even the first entry was amazing when he just takes down the player at the monster tunnel, but he kept going. That looked like a Dupree that had just had enough.
That's wild, and that's going to be stressful for the Mousesports defense because whoever's playing Monster, I didn't even get the chance to see who it was. I'm assuming it was Frozen or Rops, but he's going to be real frustrated that he got taken off when someone runs that deep with no resistance whatsoever.
And that was a reaction, right? Device goes down to Chris over on the other side, and because Astralis are already close to the B bomb side, they're like, let's go, like, right now. Yeah, Frozen down first, and then this is a good. This
He's even kind of looking for it, Frozen.
Yeah, he was. He was well aware.
That's pretty nasty. Alright, well, this gets interesting. Mousesports, doing the old classic here. Having a big lead, winning the pistol in the second half, and now dropping, what, 6 in a row? as Astralis makes a huge comeback, 12-10 in the favor of Mousesports. But this is no longer a comfortable situation. They have 2 AWPs. They actually could drop some rifles over if they wanted to go for it, but playing it safe.
I don't mind it. I mean, they still do have the lead. But given, again, I mean, they save the double orb is kind of a big deal too. But this is starting to look like an Astralis that is definitely waking up a bit more. And again, those B executes from Astralis, it's hard to tell whether or not that last one had some good flashbangs, but I can tell you they, you know, against Fnatic, they continuously set up flashbangs inside of that B bomb site that blinded 3 or 4 players whenever there was 4 players there. And I mean full blind. So it can be very, very hard to hold this side against them. Sneaking in there is Dupree
again. Yeah, well, if Woxic has the timing on this and can re-grab the angle with the AWP, that could put him down. But it looks like Frozen's going to be the first contact, and Woxic will peek on that. Oh, Dupree almost had it. He knew where the follow-up was going to be. Smoke, oh, leg shot through the smoke for Device. Molotov forces Woxic away. He's lucky to be alive. But that should make the pressure subside.
Yeah, well, they might just wait and go back at it again. Robs is in an interesting position all the way back here.
Sneaky bastard. Yeah, you talking about a rat?
Yeah, well, like we said, rat plays do often pay off, so... Got some smokes coming in, 1 flashbang, but not going to do anything to Woxic. He's going to try and Molotov off the tunnel, but they're going to keep going, running right through Yugi and Kerrigan, right next to each other. Woxic finally goes down, but do they even realize? There's Yugi with the fight. Robs will take him down, and Kerrigan would have been there either way. 29 seconds, and a good chance here for Mousesport to bring it back. Chris with a shot on Device, and now it's Snappy. 1 versus 3, no bomb plant, and he's not going to have a chance. Nice shot from Robs. 13th round for Mousesport.
Nice job with the double op setup. Good early battles won by Woxic, trading off Frozen very, very well. But that flank from Rops is a thing of beauty. It happens so quick. It's an immediate 1D as well over towards Sandbags. Dupree goes down here. That is Mousesport setting up a nice little trap for Astralis, and it works perfectly. But man, they have to build upon this now. Still double AWP. Chris J and Woxic with those.
They need to build on this, don't they? Have to find a way out. You can see Chris and Woxic, their economy is actually so good because they managed to save the double up and obviously bring it into the later rounds here. So that much is working. The rest of the team, not so much. And
yeah, but look at Astralis as well. They just fully bought everything. They had all 5 players had to rebuy into this round, and they still have so much money. They're sitting okay for the moment.
Looks like Chris is going to be joining Woxic, so both the ops on the A-bomb side. It's not that that's completely crazy, but obviously if it was some sort of full smoke execute, could cause some trouble.
Yeah, these oppers, though, they do like to be aggressive. Nice flashbang and peek. Chris J risking a little bit, running a line to get a new angle. And at least at this point, if they do run that smoke execute, Chris J is going to be in front of the smoke. Still, that's a pretty tough position to manage to get multi-kills with so many different choke points coming at you. Or a couple different choke points coming at you. So a lot of pressure on these ops, although we do have a third player. Rops is there with the M4.
Away that position. 25 seconds as Chris goes down to Magus, and that's a little bit of an issue. Rob's close. Can he stop this push coming in? He's going to get the 1 kill. 19 seconds on the clock, and now they're swinging from long as well. Woxic missing another chance. He's going to get that one on Device, and that's a big kill. Yugi coming in with a bomb, but now the rotation is in. Mousesports are at the bomb side. Yugi overwhelming Woxic finally. They're not expecting Kerrigan 4 seconds. He's going to swing and spray it down. What a great double kill for Kerrigan, and Mousesports. Yeah, I mean, just a couple of critical kills. They could have definitely lost that round.
Yeah, critical kills and just staying alive as long as possible. It wasn't even the double kill that was great from Kerrigan. It was the fact that he gets there and goes aggressive immediately upon arrival to that A-bomb site. Then he knows the time is his ally. That is just a great heads-up play from Kerrigan to get into this site. He knows they can't fake the plant. They have to stick it. And that's well done. Mousesports just barely hold on to that round. Back down to a single op. Chris J has gone for the AUG.
2 rounds away, Mousesport, from finishing what they started so well here on Overpass. And Astralis, the money that you spoke of earlier, they had to dig into it even further. It's good that they were able to do that, but now they actually need the win here. It's Dupree again opening up into the site. What a great resource to have. Dupree and Makers kept getting amazing entry kills down here. Chris showing up with the AUG. The man who could just use every weapon there is in the game. And he's going to continue. What a fantastic defense here. 2 on 2. Oh, the grenade! It landed right on top.
Oh, well now Woxic gets put into play, but he has no idea Magisk on the other side of that smoke. A little bit of cover. Woxic has the right idea. Looking around the right side, he hasn't spotted Magisk just yet. This is as close as can be. What a peek from Magisk. No chance for a response from Woxic, and Astralis is still alive. 11 rounds to 14 for Mousesports. Just 3 rounds away, but there's plenty of cash for the defense to work with.
Oh, that bounced. That landed right in his eyebrow. That was incredible.
Yeah, that couldn't have been more perfect, actually. That's phenomenal work.
Helmet's not going to do anything at that point in time. Well, this was a bit of a setback for Mousesport. Now they're able to rebuy the double orb again, thanks to them saving it so much earlier in the in this half. So that's the good news, I think. But the bad news is, this is almost all of their money, pretty much all of their money being spent in this round. And Astralis, I don't know, they're not done yet. So I'm so scared for Mousesports because of the entries that have been got here.
That B bomb site, the defense over there is looking very grim for Mousesports at the moment. They have not really been able to hold that B bomb site with any kind of consistency. I think it was, one good round from Woxic with the AWP there, but outside of that, Monster has been a nice take for Astralis. Dupree's been able to get quickly up sandbags and actually attack into the bomb site a couple times with very little resistance. So everything at that B bomb site, it feels like it needs to get sharpened up here for Mousesports down the stretch, because you're right, even with a 3-round lead, the economy in such a precarious position for Mousesports makes you feel very nervous. This round win for Astralis is going to close that gap quickly.
3-round gap, and look at what it's, well, the odds are actually still pretty heavily in favor of Mousesport. I thought maybe it would have swung back a little bit for Astralis, but that's where we're at here. Almost something like 3-1 there. 26th round. Deagle on Rops. 4 people in the bomb site. Woxic is jumping for information over at the A bomb site. And I mean, again, it's not a bad position to be in if you're, I mean, he's actually on top of the box, just way exposed. See if he could find an early kill. That would really make it worth it. He sees one and takes down Dupree. Excellent early kill.
And the smoke as well into the main choke point of bathrooms right at the 49-second mark. That'll go disappear right around 32 seconds. But both ops now at this A bomb site. And previously, this defense held pretty strong. Oh, right through the smoke. Woxic has got to be furious. I'm actually kind of amazed Astralis hasn't pulled the trigger off of that. The rotation is coming over. Mousesports is going to be here in time, but again, so much on Woxic's shoulders. Over at the card with that AWP, and he goes down as well. So does Rops. It crumbles like a house of cards, and Kerrigan going to try and stop this plant. No. Oh, he gives it up. He backs away.
Wow, look at those shallow fights being taken from Magisk. He's hardly showing himself. He's sort of shooting at the corner of the wall almost. You could tell Woxic is saying like he surely has to move a bit more to actually fight me, but that's not the case. 14-11.
Well, I mean, that's just good fight selection from Magisk. Obviously, not easy to pull off those shallow peaks, especially against top tier uppers. But every time they've gone to this A bomb site when Mousesports has money, it's been the double op setup. So Magisk obviously just pre-firing and shallow peeking every single angle.
Terrorists win.
There's that 12th round being added, and they find Kerrigan. So that's a bit rough. Another rifle being lost that they can't really afford to buy. Wow, that was Chris going down. This is, again, powerful stuff coming out from Magisk.
I'm so impressed that Astralis is staying in this game, that they're actually still fighting for this after the first half where they looked like they weren't even comfortable taking fights in general. This is a really good look for an Astralis team that has struggled to look good in the spring showdown so far. Flashbang out towards long. That's Rops with a scout that's going to be forced back.
3 grenades down in B. I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a lovely idea. See where they put them.
That is obviously, I mean, that's the other component, isn't it? Buying them, yes. Now, where do you throw them? They're waiting for a cue, anything to give this away that they could maybe do.
Yeah, they're all at the B bomb site, so I'm assuming the plan is waiting for some indication or like utility usage and put 3 of those nades in towards the monster tunnel or sandbags. This is a great boost. I'm actually I feel a little bit bad for Mousesport that it hasn't given them that kill.
And that scout over at long actually has pushed Astralis back. I think Device or Dupree or someone sort of spotted it out and said, you know what, let's not fight this. So they're going to come right for the 3 grenades. Again, let's see if we get the timing. Some of them are falling back a bit, so you need to get those AGs back in here, Chris. Yeah, this would be the perfect time. He's going to wait for it, throws it down, and it does a tiny bit of, actually a lot of damage there on Snappy. Not so bad. Still have another few coming in, but they don't do nearly as much, so it doesn't mean the round is over yet. Chris will go down, 24 seconds, and the bomb is being attempted. That boost getting caught. Yeah, that was, I think, a bit obvious at that point in time. Yugi with a good one, and they're going to clean it all up here. Kerrigan gets dropped, and nothing is saved. Quad kill for Device, and 13-14.
Oh, it's such a shame that nade stack shifted away right before the hit came in. And obviously, no one from Mousesport could get into that bomb site. They might have had the chance, just no one was really aggressive. Chris J was just stuck for way too long all on his own, going for that boost instead of swinging into the site as well. I think the plan at some point was to try and save that M4, and obviously that just didn't happen. So a single up for this Mousesport's defense. 14-13. Astralis has come all the way back. Woof, that's fast.
It's a good start, isn't it? The man who saved Astralis in the previous round, down already. Wallbang not going to do anything for Snappy, trying to see if he can shoot his way through. And the bomb site again, really heavily defended. They seem to sort of trust Woxic to maybe get a kill on A, but at the very least get the really advanced warning. So they've been relying on that a fair bit, Mousesports.
I think that's not a bad call at all. I think he's done a pretty damn good job of, we saw him find a pick out towards long in the previous round. He's at least been dynamic in finding, some early information for the team, still being aggressive towards highway at the moment. He is a second player with them now, but I think the critical thing to look at on this minimap, the bomb is still way far back behind B towards T spawn. So Astralis at 50 seconds, everyone is spread on the map, no one's being aggressive, no one can work together, and the bomb is far away from pretty much any selection, any final strategy that's being called. Even Dupree running right past it without picking it up.
I feel like that's almost a mistake from Dupree's point of view. Snappy's going to go back and get it. I guess maybe they do want Dupree making the entries. He's been pretty good at that, but look at the time. Oh god, this is incredibly disturbing. 25 seconds. There is a Molotov on Chris as well if he gets back here, but he's going to be far away. 22 seconds, pushing in, and there's another entry for Dupree. He just keeps doing it over and over again. 15 seconds on the clock. Frozen will take a kill, and in swings Dupree for more headshots. Woxic will get one in return. 10 seconds on the clock, and Robs is right next to them, but the bomb is being planted here, and Robs, he wants to go for the swing, but not going to be able to stop the bomb plant. He will go through. Still Snappy inside in a 1 versus 3, and I don't think he can make it out here. He's so exposed behind the pillar, and I'm kind of shocked he's still alive. I thought maybe the boost would have already caught him. Got the AK down here, and there's the final kill coming through. 15 rounds on the board for Mousesports.
That was sketchy, though. That did not feel comfortable at any point for Mousesports. They rotated a third player back to the A bomb site, so not putting faith in that early warning system, not putting faith in those deep angles at the A bomb site. And Kerrigan's been ruined by that same pop flash like 3 times already in this half. I think he's got to switch up his position because that's been too easy for Mousesports to lose the entry battle in that fashion so frequently. Good job from Rops. Good job from Woxic as well with that boost. And yeah, a little stress coming out from Zodok. He's gotten his team back into this game so close. They still need 2 more rounds to force overtime. Mousesports have 2 chances to close out Astralis' map pick.
Yeah, this is the big opportunity. You don't want to give this one away. I mean, they have a little bit in the bank in case they lose, but really only Woxic and Frozen. Oh, Dupree! Get big double kill as they try and see if they can go aggressive, and that's a big way to throw it here. Robs trying to see if he can return it, but he ran out of bullets, and Snappy will take him down. Chris inside of the bomb site. Can he make one last heroic stand? He's up on top of the box here, Flash. Oh, and he's just unflashed as they're about to turn the corner. More Molotovs raining in. They're waiting, and Magisk, he's seen that before from Chris, and he won't fall for it this time.
What a bold call to make in round 29 when you have no money in the bank. What that takes some balls to try and pull that off through the smoke and Monster early on in the round when you have 3 players below $1,000 built up. This is going to be tough for Mousesports to recover from. They've just given Astralis a phenomenal chance to actually make overtime, especially if Device can find this kill. He's got knife out. Good shot from Woxic, now up to 23 kills in the game. Leading the entire server, Rops has 21 next to him, Dupree with 22, and Magisk with 21 as well. Those two on the Astralis side have been phenomenal on this offensive half. A little missed opportunity for Woxic, and now he's going to get taken out from behind right at the last second. He can rebuy an op, but that's a gun he cannot pass over to a teammate. So Mousesports, they've got to do it the hard way.
I mean, I kind of appreciate what Mousesports were trying to do there, but the Flash was just a bit off to catch Dupree, and they paid for that.
I hesitate to criticize Mousesports for that call, but that is one of the calls that you make that is going to be praised or criticized based off the outcome.
Yeah.
And obviously the outcome was an absolute disaster.
It wasn't great, was it? Again, completely similar setup, except Woxic being a little bit more forward in the defense before he falls back just about now. But a similar 4-man setup down here. And look at Dupree looking for another entry. He's been doing it all day, and he'll get it again on Frozen. They will get him down right afterwards, but still, it's got to be so frustrating for Mousesports. And look at how quickly they're trying to rotate Woxic. You know, they were at least thinking about it.
Yo, this position from Snappy, again, this B defense for Mousesports is not coordinated. It is not strong. They took their eyes off Monster for so long. Nobody had any information about what was coming. Not a single piece of intel. Good shot from Woxic. He remains dynamic at this A bomb site. And it looks like Astralis wants to go away from the AWP.
And they were actually bringing the bomb over. You see, Yugi was he was there in preparation. If that would have been a kill on Woxic, they would have been ready to run in there. Now instead, they're going to go right at Kerrigan and Chris, who have no more grenades. They really have a lot to fight with here, so they're going to have to play clever, and maybe they can around the time that's left. 30 seconds. It's going to be another 10 at least before the bomb is even being attempted here from Yugi. And they're really slowing it down, Astralis, and that could be the end of them if they're just a little bit reckless. Meg is pushing in, and he's been great on the entries as well. Chris, all the way back there. He's already seen him, but he can't win the fight. Meg is again accurate, and that might have been just it. Kerrigan trying to get the kill for the smoke, and Woxic coming in with the AWP. No one behind the box just now. So Yugi and Snappy, every chance right here to bring this into overtime in the very first map. Yugi waiting by the pillar, and he's going to swing for it. Instant takedown of Kerrigan, and now Woxic in a new unwinnable position. 1 versus 2 with the AWP, and that bomb is ticking in front of him. He knows that there's going to be 2 people left, and he can't find either one of them. Yugi with a great double, and that is overtime.
That's wild. They had the perfect defense. The thing is, though, this Mousesports, since they've had so much trouble having success at B, their defense has gotten kind of predictable. Even Dupree, I think, was the first player coming off sandbags. He's actually peeking for the boost. He's actually aiming right for it with all the different angles that someone could have been in that site. And Frozen all he had to do was stay ducked. He didn't have to commit to that fight. He had teammate at Toxic Barrels. He had 1 teammate in the site as well. They had 4 players at B. You had the initial contact. Let one of your other teammates clean up that battle. And, I mean, that B defense failed them all through regulation, and it's so fitting that one last time to force OT, Astralis is able to punish it again.
Wow. Well, now they got some money to work with, so Mousesports back with the double up, Kerrigan with the AUG. Maybe this is going to be the time where they can finally start to defend themselves against those early B hits. I mean, Dupree can just take someone down in B at will.
Well, here we go. MR3, 10k start money, just to get things outlined, because we've had some crazy overtime formats these days. Woxic gets pop flashed off the angle. Gotta be careful. as he makes the run back through bathrooms. Again, 4 players at B for Mousesport's defense. Woxic at A, but being forced back, he's going to have to call somebody in rotation. It's Chris J to come by.
Not wanting to challenge that smoke. Don't really blame him for it. They're going to put it up and start to fall
Remember,
back.
last time he challenged it, he got banged out by device right through the smoke.
Yeah, fair point. See, oh, he's just 2 seconds late. Could maybe catch the next one, though. Yeah, they're going to come back without even checking. They weren't thinking about it. That's a nice idea from Woxic, but he doesn't get what he wanted. There's a lot of defense on this A side. Are they actually going to end up here? I mean, Yugi could just throw a fake and keep them here and then go for B.
Here we go. Snappy's going to throw this pop flash. I mentioned it earlier. Kerrigan's been destroyed by this pop flash a couple times in this game already. Maybe not, actually. He's going to get a reprieve, but it works anyways. He gets blinded from a different angle. He looked elsewhere. But again, the B bomb site just feels free. Frozen with the ult is going to find the first kill. That's Dupree. Oh, right through the box. The nade combination. I don't think that's going to do it. Almost another spam, but instead it's Yugi.
Well, he sees that with a jump, but Megas will still take down Frozen, and I don't know, Rops and Chris in the MR3, he's going to have to be careful. They wanted to save that AWP, but that's going to be denied. And it's another round at the B site for Astralis. I mean, with a little bit of a different, build up into this round than previously, it worked so well.
I cannot believe that Astralis has just been able to march into this B bomb site every single time they've wanted. Mousesport's really struggling, even sometimes with 4 players there, struggling to find the solution. 16 to 15. I think this is Astralis' first lead in the game.
Yeah, I think you might be right. This is just at this point kind of rough. They had, was it 11-4 in the first half? Mousesports, and
then they won the pistol in the second.
Then they won the pistol in the second, and they haven't been able to close it out. Megas at 24, Dupree at 23. Those two have been doing, I mean, it's not even just the amount of kills, it's how many of them have been entries into bomb sites, which traditionally is, I mean, worth a little bit more. Chris with the attempted pre-fire while he was flashed there, not able to quite connect. It must have been close, though. This is this is like the most common T setup for any overpass T side. One outside B and the other 4 doing something else.
I'm waiting at some point. I haven't seen it yet. I'm like half waiting to see Astralis run a fake. Like send 2 players to the B bomb site just to find 1 entry. Like surely that is going to force a lot of rotation from Mousesports at this point. That's what I'm interested in seeing. Chris J with an op peering in towards bathrooms. They do have the double op setup. Woxic has his at B over towards the pillar, so changing the location of these ops from what Astralis saw in regulation. But Chris J is very committed.
Yeah, Rops is at that corner, but again, any kind of a Molotov or smoke or something that could definitely separate them. Fires the orb a bit early, and now they're coming for him as well. He will pick up 1 kill. Nice shot, great double, and Rops is there to help out. The defense holds. They could have run him down, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. But Chris standing tall, that was a swift couple of kills.
Yeah, that is a spectacular performance from Chris J with that AWP. Holding on to that 8 bomb site, that's a risky position, and he plays it just perfectly. Good support as well from his teammates behind him. I believe it was Rops who got Yugi. Stopped them from being able to wrap around Chris J, and Kerrigan being here as well. Got back just in time. All tied up again, 16 to 16, and Astralis takes their 2nd timeout of the map. That's actually pretty crazy to think they made that comeback all the way, only taking 1 timeout in regulation.
Yeah, I mean, and especially, I think both these teams pretty well versed in actually using those timeouts. I think Astralis maybe especially making use of them early in games, even when they were doing pretty well, just to calm everyone down, but 16-16. AKs all across the board for the Astralis side, and Mousesports. Well, Chris with that orb, I mean, that is That's a nice couple of kills. And it was so tempting for them, right? As soon as he fired that ult, you could just feel it. They were like, let's bring him down. Alright.
Ooh, quick shot. Chris J's gonna back off. Doesn't land at all. Astralis going to, it looks like they want to at least do something pretty similar in taking control of bathrooms at the very least. So they're going at Chris J again, who had that spectacular round previously. But at least wanting to have some presence towards the A bomb site. Waxican frozen over at B. Kerrigan as well, deep, playing a passive angle. We haven't seen Mousesports, curiously enough, in their entire, standard regulation defensive half push towards short sewers at all. We haven't seen any of that aggression in that location, taking it over.
Ooh, that shot is a second too early. Now they're going to be close. He won't know it. This is so risky. He's going to back up, and they're right there. Yugi will take him down. Rob's over at long will drop Snappy, but they've still lost the bomb site, and the bomb is going to be going down here. 4 on 4. This is actually going to be a very, very, very tricky retake.
Yeah, it is. Robs has a huge role to play. He's at least got to keep them honest on the flank, the wraparound of bathrooms, but if his teammates have no success coming in, it won't matter. Magisk is going to get burned out. Dupree is still close to the corner. Another Molotov. Dupree's running into flames all over the place, but the second one subsides. Good flash. And Kerrigan's going to lead the way in.
Robs went down over at long. They actually went to find him. Nice shot from Kerrigan. Dropping the Bison. Now Yugi 1 versus 3. And that bomb is already being defused. He tries to swing for it. Not going to be successful. And that retake was amazing from Mousesport. I did not see that coming. Absolutely thought they were going to lose that. So they go into the second half of overtime with a 1-round lead here.
It's a great utility usage, Anders. That was the power of it. The 2 Molotovs towards the truck, towards the corner as well. It burned one player to death, and it forced Dupree out of his position and took away a bunch of HP. So that's some very solid work with nades. Now we switch sides. Mousesports over to the T half, and remember, they had a huge advantage. They won. Well, I mean, both teams won 11-4, obviously, on their T sides. Looking for 19 is the winning number.
Yes, it is. And Mousesport's T side was obviously very good, so this could be a chance for them to sort of start to bring that back. It's been a little while since they played there. I mean, they've just had a fair few rounds on the CT side. Double up immediately from Astralis.
If you remember, though, I mean, both teams had like similar points of success on their T side. Was entries were just so much more powerful. Like everyone on defense just really struggled to win any of those opening fights. Mousesports as well was able to just kind of walk up, towards sandbags, especially when Astralis was playing in connector, able to find that kill down the stairs as well. So I'm interested to see if Astralis is going to maintain that aggressive defense to get in towards the danger stairs, get in towards connector, and indeed they do, at least for this first round of OT.
Quick Kerrigan there, but Frozen coming in second in line will be found by Device, who's swiftly going to be falling back and all the way back to Priest, now sneaking up from the stairs. Not going to be challenging too much more. That is aggressive from Kerrigan. He finds the kill. He wants to keep fighting, and he takes down Snappy. That is an incredibly powerful play. Dupree, though, is still holding the center of the map. This is not done.
Yeah, and no one else from Mousesport is in position to take advantage of this. I think he even heard some footsteps behind him. This is weird, and Kerrigan said, oh my god, he did expect the angle. They've spotted him out. Dupree's in trouble, and he knows he's being wrapped upon, but he's going to get aggressive. He might think it's only 1 player, but instead it's 3. Dupree goes down. They do have to retake this A bomb site, but they can slow play it. The entire map is now available to Mousesports.
Wow, man, that might be... I mean, you're right. Kerrigan turning around to see it and calling it out to his teammates. That is huge. He's finally going to be going down, but the bomb and the round here should be for Mousesports. 2 versus 1, 35 seconds, and they're going to fall back. Why not make it difficult? They have 2 smokes. They can smoke off the sniper spot when they get down there. And then what is Yugi going to do? They can smoke both positions. Yeah, there's the smoke.
At least he's reading it. Gonna go. Timing shot, not there.
Saving, I don't know, I mean, they have money anyway. Might as well just try and see if you could do this. Told about this earlier from Astralis. Sometimes you just have to try and see if you can clutch it, even if it's low percentage. He's walked up close with the AWP, but Rob's inside of the smoke as it fades. And that is 18 rounds here. That was all Kerrigan.
Yeah, that really was. Those were incredible shots. I think even Device was aware of the possibility. Maybe even knows that Kerrigan's shenanigans. Good first shot from Device, but this is way better. The peak comes in, the follow-up battle as well as spray control, maintaining the bomb site, and the big thing was even spotting Dupree coming up the stairs as well. That put Dupree in a really impossible situation, and I mean, if he doesn't expect that to come, if he's not looking for it, Kerrigan likely just goes down for free. Mousesport's 2 chances again. This will be chance number 3 and 4 for them to close out this map.
Yeah, it's gonna start to be really taxing if you continuously can't, you know, put Astralis away. If you have to keep sort of going back, if you end up playing double overtime and you have to keep doing this, it's gonna wear on them as well. Rob's playing very close and alone, so there's no one here to refrag it if anything goes wrong. Mega's gone the other side. Not happening so far. Could have maybe been flashed in, but wait for it. Good kill for Dupree, and he wants to make it back again, just trying to play this one safely.
For all of Kerrigan's brilliance in the previous round, he did not look like he was prepared for any fight whatsoever. That was just a very lazy flash and peek with it. Easy kill for Dupree, and he backs off.
Okay. Would have been wild if he could have got that shot.
Yeah, if he'd gotten that shot, we might have had to just log out of the game. Call it a day.
Yeah, say that's it. No more Counter-Strike for Warsaw. Good return, Frozen. That'll even it up, and they're congregating outside of the B-bomb side. Inside of it, Magus and Yugi are waiting. And, I don't know, they have a Molotov there on Yugi. It's going to be Magus to open it up. Can he get it out in time? No, he's going to be going down, and now, oh, Woxic peeking again and dropping both. Man, he was so exposed. If he misses that shot, he's dead. Device and Snappy now, 2 on 3. And can they retake? Can they continue it into double OT? That's the big question here. Device with the AWP on one side. It's really awkward for him to have to try and lead this one, so probably Snappy, but he's ready here as well. Woxic, a little bit early on that shot, relocates to try and look for Device, who's now sneaking in with the AWP. There's a good kill, but he goes down, and now Snappy's in a lot of trouble here. No chance against Robs. 19-16 as Mousesports finally find a way to defeat Astralis on overpass.
Yeah, but you can see there's no celebration from the Mousesports player. That's everyone with a deep, thankful sigh. The breath leaves them as